But in
Yes.
reality, green is the belt of Muhammad Ali, Sugar Ray, Tyson, Hagler, Hearns, Leonard, Duran, Chavez, Mayweather, Pacquiao, Floyd, everyone. The great fighters have always had the green belt, and we work very hard to remain on top of mind of the people. We do a lot of social responsibility. We are for the fighters before, during, and after their years in the ring. And we have a network all over the world with so many people that work diligently to make boxing safer, first of all, and then better and more just in all ways.
Talk about Mexican Independence Day. We could call this Teddy Atlas here in Las Vegas, Nevada. You heard it from the champion himself. Man, we're simply knocking out the competition. Not Rich Ortiz here with the fighter's voice, the only voice that matters. And like Eddie
Lopez, because Josh Taylor is
the 4th division world champion, Mikey Garcia.
Hello, everyone. I'm your host, Richard Ortiz of The Fighter's Voice, the only voice that matters. And I'm like our legendary guest today. We're simply knocking out the competition. Ladies and gentlemen, we have with us the son of a legend, of a founder, the one, the only, Mr. Mauricio Sulaiman, who is the son of the legendary Jose Sulaiman, the president of the WBC, aka the beautiful, the green belt. Welcome to The Fighter's Voice, Mauricio. How are you feeling today?
Thank you, Richard. Thank you so much. And I appreciate very much your kind words about my father and about the WBC. I appreciate it.
Well, I met your father in Las Vegas when my mom was with me, and we were in Las Vegas with Julio Cesar Chavez, and I believe it might have been the rematch with Frankie Randall. And very nice man, made time for all his fans and his followers. Had the black suit with him. I always looked sharp, ready to go, and he smelled like cologne. So that's what I do remember about your father.
Thank you so much. He was a unique person. I miss him so much. It's been 10 years since he passed. But every time someone talks about my father, I feel so proud about the image that he left, about the beautiful concepts that people express, like you just did. And I appreciate it very much.
Of course. And first of all, congratulations. I've watched the podcast, the WBC podcast. You handle yourself very well spoken. Got into the segments very well, and I could see it going through the roof.
Thank you so much. We are not a media. I am not a professional. I have no idea. But I think it is important to find a way to get a explanation, topics out to the fans and to the media. And I really enjoyed doing it. I'm looking forward to doing some more episodes. This was special because of the highly interest for Haney and Garcia. So it took a good beginning, but it is just an unbelievable sport that has so many different topics that can be analyzed and discussed with passion. And I'm just very happy, and I appreciate it. I will do my best.
Of course, I'm sure you will. Well, let's dive right into it. Let's talk about Haney and Ryan Garcia. Let's talk about the magnitude of the fight. Let's talk about the stories leading up. Let's talk about the action and just the aftermath. People are still talking about this fight. And that's exactly what you want. And anybody representing the WBC, who was Haney, the world champion, when the fight is over, people move on to the next, but people are still talking about this. It's an awesome storyline leading up, and we're still talking about it right now, like it's brand new.
It's beautiful because when we see the past, how the newspapers in the 40s and the 50s will have 20 pages about boxing, and upcoming fights would be such a leading stories. And after the fight, then came radio, then television, now the networks, the platforms, the streaming, and to see the evolution of a sport through the media outlets. It's a very interesting topic. especially in this fight, there has never been before a more clear understanding on how social media has to do and has the power to intervene or to be part of an event. And this was major. This was a major play. Ryan Garcia um, will keep everyone thinking whether he was playing mental games, whether he was drinking or not drinking, whether that was a beer on the scale or not, whether what he said in the ring outside after the fight, whatever he's saying right now, he's got everybody in the line going
Yes.
one way and another, and happy and crying and concerned and laughing. And there's a very thin line between social media and reality, between what is proper and not proper. And we live in a different world, so there's so many things to analyze about this fight.
Well, I mean, he seems to be one of the founders as far as changing the sport, modernizing the sport. And as far as social media, it's great free promotion. I mean, it's even the promoters are saving money because as far as promotion, because this fight is getting promoted over and over whenever Ryan Garcia is involved or any other top fighter is involved, and just like Oscar De La Hoya, he changed the sport of boxing forever because it wasn't until when Oscar would come inside the ring, the whole stadium, half it was filled with females. Now it seems that now we do have females attending boxing matches, but before it was very rare. So he changed the sport of boxing. I believe Ryan Garcia is leaving his impact, whether we agree with the antics or not. Nevertheless, it's great TV, it's great promotion, and he took care of business inside of the ring.
Yeah, about boxing, it was an unbelievable performance of Ryan Garcia. It was a very strange fight. It was extraordinary because he lost 4 rounds in a row,
Yes.
and he seemed to be out of distance, out of concentration. If you see the fight again, fans were booing in the fifth and the sixth round.
I remember.
How can a booing audience turns to then be screaming out loud and going out as happy and as remembering an event? So it's a very controversial, very different-sided event in many, many aspects.
And I do want to give credit to Devin Haney to get up from those knockdowns, to finish on his feet, to do whatever it takes to survive those rounds. And early in the first rounds, his jab was keeping Ryan at bay, keeping him guessing, and just the tide just seemed to turn, and that's the sport of boxing.
Yes, I said it from the beginning, and I will continue to say it. I am extremely proud of Devin Haney for his courage, for his heart of a champion, for his class.
Yes.
He showed tremendous class after defeat. And it was a difficult fight. When you lose that undefeated record, it takes a toll. It can change your life. Only the great ones can come back from a loss, but all great ones have lost.
Yes,
Only a
I agree
few,
with you.
only a few retired undefeated. So David Haney, it is time for him to prove whether he's a great future Hall of Famer or it was a great career. He's only 25 years old. But when you lose, a lot of things happen. And now, as I said, with the social media, there are people that are so horrendous in what they say.
Yes.
It really, really can mess your mind up if you don't have the ability to read social media. If you believe everything is the truth, if you believe what those comments and you think everybody thinks the same, it is not that. Social media is just one aspect of life. Uh, There are people that don't even read social media or are not in social media because the good is good, it's so great, it's promotion, but when it's bad, it's really bad. So have to be
I agree.
careful and have to be very mature to understand social media.
Let me ask you a tough question. Okay, and then we're gonna move on, and then I'm gonna. Who's the face of boxing, in your opinion?
The face of boxing is um, a combination of a great moment that we are going through. Canelo, of course, is the leading figure in boxing. Tyson Fury and Usyk are going to do an unbelievable event.
Yeah.
Inoue in Japan. Then you have Better Yet Bivol. Ryan Garcia just joined the top of the list. Terence Crawford, tremendous champion. And then you can see how His Excellency Turkey can be part of the face of boxing, the promoters. I mean, there's so many good things happening right now uh, that I don't remember a time where so many different fighters were the face of boxing and were heroes in the region or in the world. Nobody can be completely certain of the pound for pound, the popularity list that everybody likes to do. You have Inoue, Canelo, Crawford, uh, Usyk, and Fury. I mean, it's unbelievable. It's a great moment. Better yet,
I agree with you. Those are all some fine names, and they can easily hold that medal of being the face of boxing and lead any argument leading into. Here's a tough question for you, or maybe it's easy. Who is the face of the WBC?
Jose Sulaiman.
Very well said. Very well said. There you go. Knocked it right out the park. Another thing, why the green belt? Why did you go with the color green? And why is the green belt the ultimate title? Everybody, there's world champions, but there's nothing like having that green belt around your shoulders or within reach or just fighting for it. Where did the green come from?
It came from the WBC board back in the 70s with the you have a beautiful cap on top of your uh, it says Ali. It's beautiful
Yeah.
green.
Yes. And then
Green.
my son up there, Richie. There's Richie up there.
Oh, there's Richie.
Yes.
And green captures. Green is the color of hope and glory. And in the 90s, some fighters started saying green is the color of money. So
Yes.
that caught up in a good way. But in
Yes.
reality, green is the belt of Muhammad Ali, Sugar Ray, Tyson, Hagler, Hearns, Leonard, Duran, Chavez, Mayweather, Pacquiao, Floyd, everyone. The great fighters have always had the green belt, and we work very hard to remain on top of mind of the people. We do a lot of social responsibility. We are for the fighters before, during, and after their years in the ring. And we have a network all over the world with so many people that work diligently to make boxing safer, first of all, and then better and more just in all ways.
You know, Jose Ramirez used to be a WBC lightweight champion of the world. He's fighting this Saturday in Fresno. Any kind words for him?
Yes, he was a super lightweight champion,
Yes, super lightweight.
a real ambassador of the best of boxing. Very nice kid, family man, a leader in the community, has made Fresno and the goals for water and for the so many different needs that that community has had. He went in and changed the law and got benefits for the community. He's a real hero. So all I can say is that I really like him, I respect him, and I wish him the best of luck in this new uh, chapter in his life. He's a hell of a fighter, a great fighter, and I am sure he will be world champion again.
I agree with you. Those are very kind words. Very, very kind words. Now, when you walk around every day of your life, you're constantly communicating with social media. You have the WBC walks, you got your morning walk, which I listen to your stories, and you prepare for the Dallas Cowboy games when they come on, because I'm also a Cowboy fan. And so
I'm sorry.
you, in fact, are a social media public figure. When did that take place? And you seem to be very comfortable with it.
Yes, I don't know. I don't know about Twitter. I knew, and I started doing some Twitter. Then came Instagram, and I remember, well, Twitter. Let me tell you about Twitter. When I
Okay.
started Twitter, I was having dinner with Miguel Cotto and some people in his group in Mexico City. Were having a
Yes.
very nice dinner. So I show him, oh look, I'm in Twitter, and I and he says, yeah, how many followers you have? And I said 119. And he just kind of smiled, and I look at him, he's got like 120,000 followers. I'm like, oh my God, I cannot believe it. And I'm so depressed. And his lawyer, he had like 10 more than me, 129 or something like that. So he says, okay, let's do something. I'm going to tweet, and if by the end of the night you have not doubled your followers, I pay for dinner. If you have doubled, you pay for dinner. I said, done deal. And his lawyer said, oh, yeah, I'm in the bed also. He tweeted, I'm here with my good friend Mauricio Sulaiman, president of the WBC, blah, 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 send. Follow him at, and he puts my WBC motto. So in just a few minutes, I had doubled 300 and something. And the other guy had less. It came down. So we were just laughing, and I saw a little bit of what social media is. And then Instagram, I was with my daughter one day in the living room, and I remember I had 335 followers. And she said, Instagram, you should get more active in it. And from 335, now I have 124,000. I enjoy it. I do it myself. I don't let anyone post or comment or nothing. I don't put too much time into it, because otherwise it's very time consuming. Once in a while I check, but I am the one that posts everything that I put in there, and I enjoy it. I made I don't know if it's a mistake. I put a personal thing the other day with my wife, and there was some idiot that put something so horrible that it really insulted my wife and my kids. And that's what I'm thinking. Maybe not putting anything that is personal, just keep it for boxing and other things.
I agree with you. Well, two things come to mind when you say that. One is I better have dinner with Miguel Cotto so we can have that bet, so he can double my Instagram. Two things. Maybe one day on Instagram you can say I'm here with my good friend Richard, and you can follow him at the Fighter's Voice, and maybe I can double or increase, so I can continue to have this platform for very important people like you, and
So
also.
smile. I'm gonna take a picture, and then I'm gonna tweet it.
All right, there we go. Twitter or Instagram, we'll take it all, sir.
Okay,
And you know what'll look back good up there, matching that hat, is we need to get a WBC belt back there,
that'll
and
be nice.
it'll just pop back there and represent the WBC constantly, and be the
So what is your Twitter and Instagram at?
at the Fighter's Voice.
Okay,
That's my Instagram, and my Twitter is thefightersvoice_.
You know, that's a problem to have it different.
Yeah, it is, because somebody else has the Fighter's Voice on
Yeah.
Twitter, and they haven't used it in 4 years. So I'm trying to get that name, even though I own the trademark in the rights to it. So
Fighter's Voice _?
yes,
Okay.
Fighter's
And
Voice
the
_
Fighter's Voice in Instagram. Okay.
yeah, the Fighter's Voice. Yes, sir.
Yeah, fortunately, I have the same in both, and that
That's
makes
great.
it easier.
Oh yeah, it does make it easier. Yeah. Our YouTube is at the Fighter's Voice as well. www.youtube.com/thefightersvoice. Our emails, the Fighter's Voice. Our website's the Fighter's Voice. Our YouTube. So for the most part, we have it all the same, except for the Twitter. And the one that
Okay.
has the Fighter's Voice, they're not using it. It's
Okay.
just they've had
I'll
one
put it,
post and that was
out, and I'm very thankful for the invitation to this program. And you know, anytime that you reach out to me, I will be here for you, my friend.
I appreciate that, Mauricio, and appreciate you just taking the time talking to you. The last time I saw you was in San Francisco, and you were in a hurry, and a friend of mine says, "That's the president," and he goes, "Oh, I passed by." I go, "Let me stop him real quick." And just for you telling him hi, he didn't even take a picture. He was bragging to all his buddies inside of the gym, and he was telling everybody who we met. And he goes, "You wouldn't believe it. I just happened to be by there," because he was a basketball referee who happened to be a boxing fan. He wasn't even there for the boxing event. So, just you taking the time to acknowledge him, it really went a long way.
That is great. My friend, thank you so much.
You're
Have a
very
great
welcome.
week, and we will be in touch. I'll go into the Fighter's Voice and start tweeting.
Hey, every fighter has a voice, and so does Mauricio. As always, it's a wrap. Thank you for your time. Thumbs up for Richie.
God bless.
Okay, fight fans, it's not goodbye, but until next week. Remember, it's always voiceography at its finest. So on behalf of Richard Ortiz, the special guests, saying hasta luego, babies. And always, thanks for listening.